Welcome back to another episode of the Player Spotlight Show. I am your host, Chris Shanafelt. We're presented by the NFL Draft Bible, bringing you the names that you need to know first since 2002. Visit NFLDraftBible.com. And it is a pleasure to now welcome onto the show University of Indianapolis Greyhound sophomore running back, Al McKeller. Al, really appreciate you taking some time this evening. How's everything going?
No problem. Everything's going good so far.
Hey, great to hear. Really appreciate you taking some time this evening, Al. So I want to talk a little bit about last season and your expectations for this upcoming season. But starting with last year, I mean, it was your first year at the University of Indy. How were you able to come in and win the starting tailback spot? Was that something that happened pretty quickly in camp leading up to the season opener, or did it take some time for the coaching staff to kind of declare you officially as the team's starting running back?
Well, it all started with being committed to the summer program, coming in, making sure I come in and work out every day in the morning or the afternoon time, and then camp, showing the coaches what I can do, and then they took their time with it, gave the other running backs chances in the game. We all produced very well, though, and then I just got the ball more than they did.
Week 1, you guys opened up the season against Grand Valley State last year. You guys actually opened up the season against them once again this year. Last year, though, they were ranked the number 2 team in the nation. And you guys not only got the 24-20 victory, Al, but you ran for 206 yards and a touchdown. Again, this is your first college football game. I mean, could you have drawn up a better way to kind of kick off your collegiate football career with the start that you got off to last year?
No, sir, I don't think I could.
Yeah, I mean, especially going up against a team that, really had some big expectations, kind of didn't really reach those expectations, Grand Valley State, that is, last year. But, again, a team that, again, going in was looked at very highly, and again, they were a very tough and very good opponent last year, and you were able to get the best of them, no doubt about it. Last year, you guys had a three-headed monster in the backfield, I think it's safe to say, with yourself, Andrew Walker, and Tyree Lee. Walker is no longer there. What should we expect out of the backfield this season, Al? I mean, should we expect more carries for you? Should we expect more carries for Lee? I mean, will there be another guy stepping up, or is it just too early to tell right now?
It might be too early to tell right now, but right now we got me and Tyree Lee in backfield, and right now we have another sophomore, Gavin Bain, and then we have 3 freshmen on scholarship coming in also.
Okay. All right. Well, looking more in this offense that you're a part of last year there at Indy, Al, I mean, you guys were one of the top offenses from a year ago. You were responsible for over 1,100 yards, 13 rushing touchdowns, and not only did the Greyhounds have a great success running the football, but quarterback Jake Perica was really efficient and got the job done, to say the least, throwing for 29 touchdowns to, I believe, only 4 interceptions. And we've seen that he can get the job done with his feet as well, scoring 6 rushing touchdowns. Perica is entering his senior year. What kind of a teammate and leader is your quarterback, Jake Perica?
He's a very good leader on the field and off the field, like in the weight room. He makes sure everybody paying attention and film. Make sure the offense is going to class. He's doing a pretty good job so far for his upcoming senior year that I see.
6 rushing touchdowns a year ago for him last year, Al. I mean, do you or any of the other running backs kind of give him a hard time about that, kind of stealing your guys' stats a little bit?
Nah, whatever it takes to win, I'm with it.
Hey, there you go. Again, we're chatting with Al McKeller, the University of Indianapolis Greyhounds, standout running back. And Al, I remember last year, I forget who it was against, but it was one of the nastiest, hurdles I've ever seen, and it came from you. I mean, talk a little bit about what you bring athletically, and for those who don't know, people that are tuning into the show right now, I mean, they're probably fans of smaller school or Division II football. But for those who don't know you or much about your game, kind of just give us a little bit of an overview as to what they can expect when they tune into University of Indianapolis football and watch yourself carrying the rock?
Well, last year the hurdle, it was against Missouri S&T, I believe. Honestly, like, I kind of thought about doing it, but at the same time, I was like, I can't think. I just got to just do it and see what happens. Either I'm going to get caught or I'm going to make it over them. But honestly, in the game, no telling what I'm going to do.
There you go, and that's probably one of the it's kind of a treat because, I mean, again, opening the season last year, your very first college football game against one of the top teams in the nation, you're able to run crazy, and that really just kicked off, got you off to a great start to the rest of the season, and again, a very successful freshman year it was for you a year ago. Now, last year, you guys did fall to Harding in the first round of the playoffs. For you, Al, as a freshman, how much more amplified, if at all, were things leading up to that game, you know, the week of practice and then the game itself? I mean, were you able to kind of tell that it wasn't just an ordinary game and that it was a playoff football game, or did you guys kind of, you know, I know the coaching staff and some of the players there at Indy, you know, they do have playoff experience. Did they kind of just treat it like in every day or just another week, you know, another football game?
Yeah, we practiced hard, prepared the same way like we usually do through the whole season. We didn't take a light or go any harder. It was just we just fell short that game. A couple people was banged up, but just didn't get the victory. No excuses.
Well, again, last year, kind of nationwide, I think it was. I mean, I think it's safe to say that you guys kind of caught a lot of people off guard by finishing the regular season perfect 11-0, and then being ranked number 6 in the country leading up to the playoffs. Now, this season, of course, it's a little bit of a different story. I mean, there's a proven running back there in yourself, a quarterback who last year, if I'm not mistaken, was the conference's Offensive Player of the Year, and he's entering his senior season. What would you say are your expectations for the upcoming season?
I would say just starting to speak more to the team, be a better leader, leading up to my sophomore, going into my junior year. Just do better than I did last year and keep working hard, pushing my team.
Now, you guys did have your spring game a little over a month ago. How did that go? And specifically, I mean, how did the offense look? How did the team as a whole look? And, you know, how did you look? How did you perform out there?
The team overall, we looked pretty good. I was most of all happy nobody got injured in the game. My reps was limited a little bit. No need to do too much in the spring game.
Right.
But the team looked good, pretty good for us to lose a lot of things from last year. And then we just got some more work to do.
You know, last year, as I said, I mean, the first playoff game, first off, you guys finished 11-0 with some very quality victories within that season, and then you guys lose to Harding in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, is there any extra motivation, you know, seeing as you know, I got to think you guys expected to go a little further or much further than just the first round last year. Is there any extra motivation leading up to this year, seeing as maybe you guys didn't get the job done or do what you guys expected a year ago? And do you think that this team, the pieces surrounded around you on the offense and on the defense, this team as a whole has a legit shot at making a run for the national championship this year?
Yes, sir. The motto this year from the problem that happened last year is unfinished business. So this year we're working on finishing it out all the way with the national championship.
Hey, sounds great. Well, I'll tell you what, man, there is a lot to like about this University of Indianapolis football team, and it starts with this offense, not only the man under center and Jake Perica, but the young running back in yourself, Al McKeller. And Al, really appreciate you taking some time this evening. Was really looking forward to this conversation, and again, really enjoyed it, and certainly wishing you all the best this upcoming season. Can't wait to see what you guys do.
All righty, I appreciate it for calling.